Friends, we are in August 2026. We just came out of the bigger crisis which we recently had, which is the West Asian crisis. And the good thing in the month of August is that FII money is coming back to India. And in spite of that, people are saying that the large cap stocks has not rallied. It is actually having a volatile thing. I want investors to look at the big picture and what is happening inside Indian capital market. I have identified some couple of sectors which are looking very promising and which are poised for a decadal growth. And one such sector is energy and natural resources. If I look at the energy, India's renewable energy started contributing more than 50% of their energy demand. And India, if you look at, is the fourth largest in the renewable energy produced by all the top countries in the world, and we are the third largest in the solar energy power generation. So this shows that how much of focus is there on the renewable side. You would have noticed many companies which have got recently listed in the renewable space, and there is a good amount of government and private sector intervention where through HVDC technology, lot of the grids are being laid through renewable sources with the help of BHEL, companies like Hitachi Power Energy and other Vari Energies. We are increasing their energy capacity in a bigger manner. And second thing, if you look at, India is actually having a huge demand in energy spaces, especially if you look at, we have started contributing more on data center, we have started contributing more on the renewable sides. Electric vehicles demand has gone up. If you see, most of the electric two-wheelers are being used by all the platform players, something like Swiggy, Zomato and Blinkit and like that, and there is a good amount of electric vehicles being penetrated even in the passenger four-wheeler cars also, and government is also pushing it so that there is a carbon neutral footprint they can get. And you will also see that the integration of power grids happening through the energy resources with the help of the central government policies and public sector and private sector working together to bridge the gap of energy sector. And just look at India's current penetration. India is just started to increase their per capita consumption. If you look at Indians lack one of the lowest in the per capita consumption per cycle. So we are actually 1/3 of the world average, and compared to the bigger countries like USA and which is having 1/9 of what we consume, and they are having we are hardly consuming much lesser than what the developed economies are contributing. So we are in a secular growth story, especially in the power and energy sectors, and people should look at investing in those type of categories which has got a secular demand rather than looking at only some few names for their growth. Similarly, I am also looking at one other sector, which is the pharma and healthcare. And in this space, post-COVID, if you see, there are hardly 1 or 2 hospitals being listed. But currently there are more than 10 hospitals being listed, because India is a hub for medical tourism. And just look at the number of diagnostic centers and preventive healthcare centers being set up in your neighborhood. You will see most of them getting listed in the few days also, and the amount of penetration, especially in the health insurance sector. Most of the private sectors are getting huge benefit out of it, and standalone health insurance are gaining 30 to 40% market share, and they are growing on an exponential way. All this augurs well for the healthcare sector, and India's formal healthcare system is booming in a bigger way. And second thing, India is the second largest country which gets the highest approval in US FDA after US. So with the recent law being passed out in US, which is the Biosecure Act. With the Biosecure Act being passed, most of the generic medicine and the CDMO and CRMO will come to India than going to countries like China, Iran, Russia and others. So India will become a hub for medical APMI pharma drug manufacturing. And please look at the exponential growth which this sector will have, as already we have seen that we are growing in a much better way in the pharma, and we have been providing drugs as well as other things during the COVID crisis also. So think the bigger story, stay focused and stay bullish on India. India has got lot of opportunities to grow, and don't only look at the headlines while investing. We are here to consider those niche opportunities and position that in your portfolio for a compounding growth story. Thank you for listening.